Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to Aurora 4X C# as the United Earth. We have spent a good 60 years in-game so far, and it is time for another election, so drumroll. The winner of the 2090 election is the Alliance of Sexy Scientists. Again, very popular demand. They managed to win, and they are now in power for the next 10 years, and they have put forward some motions, several of which have already been voted through, so pretty popular. The two motions that they got voted through are, if I bring these up in front of me, the Colony Kit Act and the Outer Defense Act. We're going to go through these in order. If I remember, I'll chuck you some lovely stats on screen. Some of the community have been amazing at making some really cool stuff, including lovely little round kind of vote chart things, because it's a round-based ranked voting. You put your favorite choice, and then if your favorite choice goes out in an early round, then you go to your next choice. There's this beautiful graph which demonstrates how votes transfer between parties as parties are knocked out. It's amazing. Anyway, the first act is the Colony Kit Act. This motion states that all developing colonies, developing is defined as unable to provide all of said colony's local needs, shall be provided with a colony kit. This kit will act as a repair, refueling, rearming, and maintenance station for all in-system vessels, and will also provide the developing colony with sensor coverage for the local area. I struck off the word repair there because that would be annoying. It means every colony would need a shipyard. So we managed to eventually figure out what this meant. What do you count as a local area? What do you count as in-system vessels? We decided that in-system means it has business in the system. It's not just transiting through under regular operational conditions, i.e. not a surprise attack or something by someone else. It's something we expect to happen there. So, colony ships and freighters. So if I bring up what we kind of thought this meant, going through it to break it down term by term to figure out, developing colony needed to be defined, in-system needed to be defined. But what we decided in the end was that this would mean all colonies, basically all, because all of them are developing to an extent, would need a deep space tracking station, a spaceport, and maintenance supply enough for any system defense that they require, which we're using fighters, so they need maintenance to be able to support 10, 20 fighters. Okay. So every colony needs a DST, Deep Space Tracking Station, a spaceport, and some sort of maintenance facility. Which, you might be like, hey, don't the maintenance facilities then require you to make maintenance supplies? They make them, right? But what if you don't have the minerals there? Yeah, my friend, you are right. We will have to put maintenance, what are they called? Maintenance facilities on the planets, and then the planets will be like, hey, I can't make these. I don't have the minerals. We don't have to supply them with maintenance. It would be a lot, supplying every single one of them with maintenance supplies. But they need a maintenance facility, so that we will do. Gotta keep to the law. The issue is that we have a mineral problem. If we go over here, yep, that's a mineral problem right there. Macassium, so no space stations. Duranium, so mostly nothing. Yeah, and corundium, so no more minerals. I don't like this. This is gonna be annoying. I can't build any of these things. We don't have the minerals. Okay, but also every colony that is developing, I would say that Earth, I think counts as it's got all the things necessary, but Titan, Europa, Io, Luna, Callisto, Mars, Subject Delta C, Subject Delta A, Agent 3, Agent 2, Hoyle, Calica A, Mr. Grey, Slaying Hurdle, Tholius, Idril. The rest of them are fine because they don't have anyone on them. Yeah, so we've got a lot to do. Honestly, we might as well just abandon some of these, pull the people off of them, and then never go back. That way we don't have to provide the stuff. Mr. Grey has very little on it. We could just pull these people out and then we wouldn't have provided stuff for them, which we probably will do. because if we leave the people there, we need to provide a spaceport, which is pretty expensive, a DST, and maintenance facilities. So let's have a quick look. How much does a spaceport cost? 2,000 wealth, 400 uranium, 400 carbonite, 1,400 boronide, 400 macassium, and 400 iridium. And if we bring up our ever favorite installations.png, bring that over here. If we look up the spaceport, it requires 2 million cargo points. That is, my friends who are wondering right now, 80 cargo vessels. Yeah, it requires 1 million workers. Yeah. I don't want to have 80 cargo vessels go to every colony. So let's just reduce the number of colonies. Let's abandon Mr. Grey. What else can we abandon? Calico we need. Oil we need. Agent, good. Subject Delta we're keeping. Slaying Hurdle, abandon. It's not worth keeping. It's got some Sorium. That's about it. Tholius. I don't want to abandon it because we spent a lot of time putting space stations there, but at the same time, we can't put a starport there. If we put a spaceport there, the spaceport will require 1 million people. We don't have 1 million people there. And even if we did have, you know, the full 2 million capacity, most of them are going to work in, you know, agricultural and etc. Blah, 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 whatever. Well, probably not agricultural because I don't think it's possible on the world, but you get the idea that only some of them are going to be available. Everyone's going to be working in the spaceport. No one's going to be working in the mines, which is why we set this up in the first place. So maybe we have to abandon Tholius. I don't know. We have to do what the law says. Idril. Idril is... Maybe we could abandon. It's very early stages. We could always come back later. Yeah, I think we abandon Idril. So that... We abandon Slaying Hurdle, we abandon Idril. We probably have to abandon the Tholius, as much as I don't want to. Because there's no way we can really justify supporting that many people. We could leave the space stations there, and then in 10 years' time, when a new government gets in and the motion ends, we can just go back, repopulate it. It just means we won't be doing anything with it, which honestly we're not really doing very much now. We don't really have the ability to mine it because that requires sending people to mine it and then waiting for the minerals to come back, and we're better off just mining Titan for what we need right now because it's much closer. So we're going to set this up. We will need colony. Are you busy? I mean, you're going to Titan, which, you know, that's actually important. So once you're done with that, damn it, I really wish I had more colony ships. But they cost. What do they cost? What do colony ships cost? We do have more of them in progress. Sci-Fi Ebony, here we go. Macassium. Yeah, remember when one of the minerals we were having problems with Macassium? I do. This is annoying. It's very annoying. Okay. Anyway. We're gonna go down to Slaying Hurdle. That's destination. I can't stop that being destination. I can tell you you're a military restricted colony, and that way people won't go to it. I can't say don't send colonists here, not until it's larger. So I think Calica, yeah, like when you get to 5 million you can. But obviously I want to kill these ones before they get any bigger, so... Okay. Right. We're going to kill those 3. By kill them, I don't mean actually kill them. we could do that, but we're gonna evacuate them. We're gonna send over the colony ships, but we need the colony ships to be free, which obviously is going to take a little bit of time. We'll let them do their current run to Titan. That's more important. They need the corundium. Then they're going to put the people on Titan. Titan people are going to work for the corundium. The corundium will get sent to Earth. Earth builds more mines, and we're going to go through that big loop. That's the setup. I know it's a long setup. You now know what we got to look forward to. Building things for the political elite demands, the colony kits, etc. That's gonna... Anyway, we're going to move on. And we're going to skip forwards in time, and I'm probably going to give you some nice edits while we just try and collect stuff. Yes, there's macassium shortages. Funny that. You could have guessed. I hope we don't have to build anything anytime soon. That would be terrible. Hi, welcome to Aurora Forex with me. Okay, a few things have happened. Let's start off with over here. Callisto is now perfectly livable. It's 15 degrees Celsius. It has water. I think we're good. I'm just going to switch down to none so it doesn't do anything. We can just have people live here. There is now no longer a problem with this. Population supported by infrastructure? No maximum, which means we have a giant terraforming station to move. Maybe we terraform Mars? I guess. Like, Mars is pretty easy to terraform. Pretty quick. You just need to heat it up. Add a little bit more water. Put a bit of oxygen in. We're good. And it does terraform pretty quick. 3.5 times. Not super quick, though, but the other choice is to move our terraforming station. And the terraforming station that we have in Seoul is the huge one. A massive terraforming station that will take about 10 years to move anywhere. Probably more than 10 years, let's be honest. So I'm pretty tempted just to terraform Mars while we're here, and then in future we could be like, hey, you know, we need to be able to do a load of finance off-world for tax reasons. Let's just do it on Mars and the moon rather than just the moon at the moment. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to send over our tug with the greenfield, which I still find highly amusing about how I completely overspec that. And it'll take 20 days to get there. 20 days just to go from where it is at the moment, Callisto, to Mars, which admittedly in our reality that's pretty good, but in this reality that's pretty slow. And I guess we'll move there, then we'll release Tritonid ships, and then I guess we'll come back to Earth and refuel. Cool. Easy done. Right. Step 2. We have some Jagnavs built. How many Jagnavs do we now have in our cargo fleet? 12 and 2 poke maples. Okay, so we have basically another set of 10 Jagnavs. I'm probably going to want to start teaming some of these up into larger groups, especially if we're going to be moving around spaceports. Because, yeah, God, that's going to be annoying. So we'll detach you. And then we'll probably start folding some of these together. Like, who could be folded together? Honestly, we should just rename you. We'll just name you 2. Probably should use letters rather than numbers, because we already have times 10, 1. It's a little bit more confusing than times 10, 8. So maybe at some point I'll flip them around if I can be bothered. I guess for now we can probably just name you as 2, as 3, because now 2's taken. So rename. You are FT Jagnath 2 times 10, 3. And then we'll refresh, and that should be in order. Why is... Oh, that's not in order, obviously, because that's the times 20, so it sees the 2, and it's like, you should be last in the queue. Maybe it should be the other way around. Maybe it should be A times 10. Maybe I'll rename them at some point. Okay, we've got 2 here, we've got 2 here. We can set them up on standard runs, which we'll probably do at some point off screen. Great. Next up, we have completed faster terraforming. Great. That's nice. We got to reassign that. We've completed work into bigger shield generators. That's also very nice. And we completed work into particle beam strength 3. That's okay, that's a very baseline tech. It's not good enough to use, but it is a start. So we'll do that. And then the Assassin 001, which is huge. Like, I know we call it the Assassin, but it's probably commercial. It's huge. It's probably like a jump stabilization ship or something. Almost at 200,000 tons. Shows up going pretty slow in the Idril system, which we were gonna abandon. Now I feel that we have to keep that because it's strategically important to stop them coming in and taking over this area. And then we asked them to leave. And then they said yes, because they have no interest. Okay. That's nice. I appreciate that. Right. Let's go look at our research. We could work on our combat information center. We could work on our research rate buff. I mean, that's probably a good idea. Let's add 10 labs to that. Okay, combat information center is going to be done pretty soon anyway. Then working on electronic warfare. Maintenance facility tonnage increase. That's coming pretty soon. I've got a whole load of stuff behind that. Let's go have a look at that energy weapon that we were talking about. Particle beam. And let's get Sophie Ram Tam Tam on it. We won't assign you 30 though. That seems like maybe a little bit excessive. We'll assign you 15. And then we'll get you to do particle strength afterwards at Q. Okay. What do we want to do next? Mining production is way up there, so that's not going to be a thing that we can really reliably do. We could do terraforming rate increase, but that's up to 20,000. We could do genetic improvement for military, but then we have to replace our military, and that's going to cost us. What would we really actually want to do here that'll particularly benefit us? Shields. We could do shields. Our shield tech is still pretty early on. Ground combat. There's some advances to be made. Work on a bit of missile system stuff. I always feel bad about using high-level missiles, though, because they just can get so powerful. That said, there's definite advances to be made there that we can do pretty easily. I'm saying that said a lot. Power propulsion, that gets done at Hoyle. Sensors and control, we already got that queued. Okay, so it's going to be the defensive that we talked about. It's going to be work on shields. So we'll grab the shield regeneration rate because it's quite quick. And we'll get Devarin on it with 13 labs. Really? That's the maximum? Damn, okay. And then I guess we will get ourselves a bigger shield generator. We could do Epsilon shields, but that's a bit more. This is kind of just catching up with the other set of techs. So we'll queue that up. And then we've got 4 labs left. I'm going to go out on a limb and say let's put it on sensors and control, not because we want the combat information center faster, but because there's stuff after that we want. So queue that up. I'll also maybe add new labs to some of these. Okay, right. I'm going to do some work fiddling around with the cargo vessels. And then I guess we'll catch up with where we get to. Okay, here's one thing we can do. Look at subject delta. A jump point to Pepster is there. A jump point to Mr. Grey is here. As we come in system, we've got to go over here or over here. Like, it's 1 billion kilometers to the center of the system. And this, it could be, you know, a third of that, or it could be an extra 60%, depending on where the second star and subject delta C1, one of our planets, in fact, the biggest planet in the system, is. It could be a long way away. So what we should probably do is use Lagrange points. Now, we have a Lagrange point here. Well, that's no use if that's all the way over here. How are we going to get to that Lagrange point? Oh, it also doesn't go anywhere because there's only one Lagrange point. Lagrange points can be used to jump instantly between the two. So what if we make a Lagrange point in the center of the system? That way, if we go here, we can instantly jump to here. If we go here, we can instantly jump to there. We can just travel between the two much, much more easily. Let's have a look. There's a terrestrial planet, which is pretty big. But more importantly, there's a gas giant, which is actually not that big as a gas giants go, but good. So this gas giant, we could actually make a Lagrange point at. You can make Lagrange points almost anywhere. There has to be a body, and the body has to be above a minimum size, but the minimum size is pretty small. It's quicker to build the Lagrange point, form Lagrange point, stabilize, whatever. It's quicker the bigger the body is. And you automatically get one if it's a Super Jovian, which over here, if we have a quick look, I bet you'll see Super Jovian. There we go. That's why there's a Lagrange point there. So with there being a gas giant, we can actually make a Lagrange point in not too long a time. Let's go find someone to kind of form that. Unique fossil, Davit and Tirgal. Well, unique fossil's here. Davit's here. Tirgal. Next to Sleepy Zoe. Oh, down here. Damn. Okay. I guess we take the one from Davit. Oh, you're busy. Okay. Okay, you're going to take a while to get there. Subject Delta. It took a year. It's not as bad as I thought it could be. We'll go over to Subject Delta A2 and then stabilize Lagrange point. Now, that'll probably take around a yearish. I can't remember. There's actually a number that's pretty set for the size depending on the body, but it's going to be a not too long a job. And then we'll be able to jump from just one to the other through Lagrange points, which is going to be nice. We can actually do that to Earth as well. Like, you can put a Lagrange point next to Earth, and then you can jump to Jupiter, which is large enough to have a Lagrange point. It does mean that people can just jump from Jupiter to Earth, though. But since a lot of our work is going to Jupiter, I'm kind of tempted to do that. We have these busy, so, we won't do it right now, but maybe at some point in the future. I'd also be pretty tempted to put jump points in Davit. As far as I'm aware, Davit has no jump points at the moment, but we could put one in the center and we could put one here. And that way, whenever we're coming through these jump points, we could basically skip half the journey from some direction by going bloop, bloop, ding. It doesn't massively cut down on time, but it would help a little bit. Obviously, it only works if you're directly aligned, so. Sleepy Zoe, I'm thinking we could put a Lagrange point in here. We've got one here in the inner system, but with Tirgal and Tholius both pretty far on the outside, we could put a Lagrange point around this, which is Gas Giant. And then we'd have a pretty good way, depending on where it is, to be able to jump into the inner system. Obviously, the movement of the planets is definitely going to keep moving the Lagrange points around, so it's going to change, but it will be helpful. It'll speed up journeys a little bit. Not hugely, but enough that it's maybe worth doing. Obviously, with a place like Agent, where you need a place to actually put the Lagrange point, what are you going to do? Just go blip, 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 blip. Not particularly a large distance at all. Nah, wouldn't do anything. Okay, so our xenoarchaeologists currently just sitting around in Davit are actually kind of done. We can send them over to Tirgal, which has a dormant construct that we definitely want to have a look at. However, they're going to need support. I don't want to send them and get them murdered. We don't want to have a Vastran all over again. So we're going to get our assault transports to help here. We did kind of free up unique fossil. It looks like we've said, hey, there's stuff here to be grabbed. Well, that's lovely, but for now, we are going to be loading them up. Local subunits. And then we're probably going to need fuel support to get to Tirgal. So we're going to auto-route them to probably to the jump into Davit. No, the jump point into Tholius from Davit. So we'll say go to Davit. Go to the jump point to Tholius. And that'll be unknown number of time because it flows off the edge of the screen because bugs. And then this one's in Davit. We'll get you to load the Xenoarchaeology Company. And then just head over to the jump point into Tholius. Then we just need to make sure we have a jump tender's not needed because it's all jump gated. We need a tanker. So where are our squids? I probably need to just stop dragging them down to the tanker every time and just leave them up there in military. You are stationing a unique fossil. Okay, we'll just grab one of you guys. Yoink. Fleet. Where are the assault transports located? Not here. Oh, I thought... Wait. No, you're in Seoul. Okay. Tell a lie. Right, move over to Davit. Easy enough. And the jump point to Tholius. Move to location. Which is going to take 94 days. Okay, well, when they get there, that's going to be fine and dandy. Okay. Hello, that definitely looks like a military ship in Lewis again. Interesting. Okay, the Anarchic Vendetta, which, you know, surprisingly fast, is actually a diplomatic ship? Because the ghosts are talking to us. That sentence sounded different. Yeah. Kagan Shoshu. Gligi Sfat. Oh god, it's a Japanese rank system with Nordic words. Oh, that's such a mess. They're talking to us. That's lovely. Okay. Also, our transports are all just waiting for that fuel truck now. Fuel truck's on the way. It's going to be 58 more days. Oh, we just found some huge plasma carronades. Let's take them apart for tech. Davit. I am not seeing Davit. There we go. I would like to go to your stockpile. Hello. Yoink. Got a few points of tech. Also, we found the new system of Gump. It's got 2 Venusian worlds and yeah, that's about it. It might be useful at some point, but for now, this is kind of not instantly a keeper. And we have our 5 colony ships built. Thank you. Hopefully we won't have the Macassium issue. We're not going to build another 5. We're just going to leave them as 5. I'd normally like to run my colony ships in 10, 100,000, so we get 1 million colonists, but that's not going to be possible. There's no way we can get enough Macassium to build anymore, at least the next few years. So we're going to just attach you and then rename you as CS Sapphire Ebony. Would help if I spelled it right. 2 and then B times 5. I'm going to rename you so that we've got a consistent methodology here. Okay, your job is just going to be to abandon a couple of places. We need to get everyone out of Slaying Hurdle, and we need to get everyone out of Mr. Grey. So let's start off with Slaying Hurdle, because it is a small colony. 2.09 million. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's move in order. Auto route. Slaying Hurdle. Then when we get there... Yeah, I need to set you on like a repeat order kind of situation, but I can't repeat because we've got a movement. So I guess we're just going to let you do that. When you get there, give me a message, which is evac slay herd. Done. Hey, look, a shortage in corundium. It's funny that never thought that was going to be a thing. Okay, we're going to abandon Mr. Grey as well, using the other set of colony ships. We're just going to take them and dump them on Titan. Mr. Grey is right next to Sol, so... Okay, we should have our assault transports ready to go. They got fuel. Well, they've got access to fuel. They actually don't have many units of fuel on them. But that's what we have the squid for. It'll be fine. Probably. Yeah, it should be fine. And then we're going to move through to Tirgal, and then move to location, and then just send me a message because I want to keep a track on this. Combat drop Tirgal. Because we're going to combat drop everyone but the archaeologists, and then have the archaeologists just put down normally. See what we can find out. Just in case there is, you know, a bunch of robots that want to murder us. Oh, found the system of devil. It's nothing. It's just a star. A couple of comets. Moving on. Oh, also, the ghosts are really friendly with us now. That's the thing. Evac slaying herd. Okay, we do this now. We're going to go slaying hurdle. I would like to load colonists. And then we'll go through to subject delta. Then we'll jump over here to subject delta. Can subject delta A1 take more people? Yes. Orbital population capacity is 8 million. And C1's at max. So we go to A1. Unload colonists. And then go back. Slaying hurdle. And then we repeat that. How many more times? Slaying hurdle. How many people do you have there? 2 point... It'll take you 5 trips, so repeat 4 times. And then maybe drop a message. Oh, actually, don't go back to slaying hurdle the last time. Drop a message. And say, slaying hurdle evac. Check, please. Okay, I just shifted a whole load of mines, 100 of them from IO. IO now in his 90. But, good news is, Titan has a whole load and a worker shortage of 6 million, but, you know, it's got 805 mines there. Bloody hell, that's a lot of mines. Okay. Damn, look at that production. That's so much production. Luckily, Coronium won't be depleted for like 251 years still. That's fine. I don't quite say that for the Tritanium. Only 40 years on that. Sure. Okay. We might want to up that a little bit further to like 1,000, but I think we should be good. I haven't had a Coronium issue message at Earth for a little while. But we'll keep an eye on that. The issue is obviously we're only 50% mines at the moment. I've got 20% unused? Oh, no. I'm going to ruin it by demanding 20% work on more mines, and then we won't be able to keep up. I guess we could, like, start building the spaceports. Yeah, we probably have to start building them. Okay. Let's build 12 spaceports with 20%. How long will that take? Till 94. Obviously, we've got to transport them, and that's going to need 80 colony ships to transport each one. So, we gotta... Like, 80 colony ships. And some of these places are pretty far away. The round trips are going to be, like, 3/4 of a year, 2/3 of a year. We might need them done sooner. Yeah, well, we'll manage that when we can. Carry on. Carry on. Okay. We do already have 4 spaceports on Earth. We could start moving some of them to other places in the solar system because it's, you know, here and it's not gonna take too long. Just get ahead of it. Yeah, how many mines do we have on Earth at the moment? Do we have enough that we can ship more? 129. Yeah, plenty of mines actually. We'll just do more mines. Okay, we can combat drop at Tirgal. Let's go have a look at Tirgal. Tirgal. Here we go. It's time to do this. Chegal. Unload ground unit. No. Orbital drop ground unit. Yes. Just orbital drop all ground units. Yes. And then unload all ground units because we won't be able to orbital drop the archaeologists. That's going to have to be manually. Okay. Right, the Jeffries clover leaves are now down on the surface of Tiergal, along with the Xenoarchaeology Company. Just going to wait until we see what they find. There is a dormant construct there, and we most definitely want to have a look at that. Okay, one of our exploration vessels is kind of very low on fuel. I get annoyed by how low they can get on fuel sometimes, but it's very low on fuel. It's also very low on MSP. Yeah, this needs to come back. So it's gonna attempt to get back, but the time required 66 days. And then refuel, resupply, begin overhaul. Like, it's looking at 110 days. I don't know if it can make it. So, new plan. We're gonna send out one of our tugs. We could just send the huge tug out. No, I'll keep the huge tug because we'll probably need that to move the Mars colony. We'll send out the Lilstrom. And we'll auto-route that to unique fossil. This is going to take 17 days. Because a tiny exploration craft, if it can make it to unique fossil, we can just grab that and yank it all the way to Sol. And we'll go faster than it would go, even if it had fuel. Right, got the shield and regeneration rate tech. Lovely. We should probably do the next level of regeneration after we're done with the size increase. Because it's, you know, only 4,000. Okay. Lilstrom, go yank the lapsed pacifist and then drag it back to Earth and dump it. Let's start taking a spaceport through to some of the more distant locations. We kind of have to. Jagnath, C times 10, Earth, load, spaceport. And we'll go through to Subject Delta because it's not too far away. It's 2 jumps and it is a pretty major hub. We'll move there. And then obviously we don't want to dump one on A because it'll kill whatever productivity we can get there. We'll just dump it on C for now. Unload all installations. And then auto route back to Sol. Refuel. And then we need to do that 7 more times because it's big. So it's going to take almost 2 years. This is why I'm like, this is not only resource intensive, but it also is going to tie up a lot of our cargo vessels. Yeah. That's a 1.5 years spent. And that's only to Subject Delta, 2 jumps away, and doesn't involve the ridiculously long distance to the strategist jump point. Going to Tholius, honestly, we might just have to abandon Tholius. Because that's a long way to go. And it's also not going to do the people there any good. Yeah, we should abandon Tholius. There's nothing to be gained there. We'll keep Idril on the basis of we want to make sure that we claim that rather than letting people through. Yeah. And also it is a route to Aliwiz, which is nice. Aha! There are no costs available at Mr. Grey A1. Mr. Grey A1 has been abandoned. It still has infrastructure on it, but at the end of the day, why do we care about that? We don't want to dump people there. We don't provide for it. It no longer counts as a developing colony because it is not developing. And thus, we don't need to provide a colony kit. Success. Okay, let's get Sapphire Ebony Team 1 to kind of be like, hey, what's going on? We couldn't find everyone. You managed to pick up about 12% of your normal cargo, maybe 13%. Yeah, and then you'll come to Earth and be done with that. Great job. Next, we go to Tholius and we do the same thing. I think I'm going to probably keep the orbital habitats there because we did spend a lot of time dragging them there. But beyond that, how many people do we have? Yeah, one trip with the smaller colony vessels should do the job. Obviously, we've got no mines here or anything, so it's not actually going to be a loss. It's just going to be resetting it up is going to be a pain. So after you're done with this, probably keep doing your thing, maybe. We'll see. How desperate is Titan for more people? Still desperate. Actually, pretty desperate. Okay, well, when you get back, we'll get you to... Maybe even don't go back to Earth to refuel. You've got plenty of fuel. Yeah, when you get to Titan, we'll just have you do some laps or something. Alright, Sleepy Zoe could definitely do the extra jump point, so we're going to send this... Not jump point, you know what I mean, Lagrange point. We're going to send Fatrex to Sleepy Zoe. And then we would like to stabilize the Lagrange point. Also, out of interest, that gas giant has no minerals whatsoever, so we actually don't care about it. Although it does have some moons, which are of minimal value by the look of it. Yeah, I mean, with the moons that are kind of like this, some Sorium, and that's about it. Like, no. This one, which we are going to Lagrange point, has some stuff, and now it's going to have a Lagrange point next to it. That kind of benefits us. This gas giant, maybe we could put down a Lagrange point there as well if we want later on, but the main one right now is just getting that Lagrange point further out here, so that when we're orbiting, we can do stuff with that. Got a Lagrange point there as well. How far is it in? That's like 1 billion. We could potentially put another Lagrange point down after this one. So stabilize the Lagrange point over here, and that'll be a good start. No Chronim complaints, by the way. We've been kind of fine. Chromium, maybe. We'll see. It could mean that we got like a delivery or something, you know, a one-off payment. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay, Jagnath 2B times 20. We're going to have you do the other run to Subject Delta, just so that we can, like, cross Subject Delta off the list of places that need a spaceport, okay? And it's going to go to the small one where it's going to be wasted, but whatever. There's enough people there to kind of make it worthwhile. Earth, load, spaceport. Auto route to Subject Delta. Gonna go over here, gonna take it to the tiny place, which is gonna be pointless. Then gonna move back to Sol. And then refuel. And then we'll repeat that. Because you're a 20, you'll need to repeat it 3 times. So you do it 4 times in total. Luckily, less than a year gonna be done on that. Okay, and we have colony ships who are now like, hey, we can take people places. Yes, you can. We're going to take people to Titan. Like, we need people at Titan. It's complaining by like 10 million. That's only going to get worse. We can drag people from many other places. Europa, Io. Obviously, further afield is fine as well. But Europa and Io are right next door. So it's going to be Europa and Io, and we'll work on it from there. So we will take from Europa, load colonists. Unload colonists at Titan. I'm actually not right next door. Titan's Saturn. What am I thinking about? Where is Saturn right now? Let's actually have a look. This is going to depend on like stellar dynamics and stuff. Where are we in terms of... Oh, why have I got missiles? I should just delete them. What is going on? That's Earth. Okay. Over here. This is Jupiter. And Saturn is... Is Saturn hiding somewhere? Yes, Saturn's up here hiding under my missiles. It's not the worst, but it would be just as long to go from Earth. If anything, it'll be quicker to go from Earth. So yeah, we'll do an Earth trip. Go to Earth, load colonists. Go to Titan, unload colonists. And then do this like 9 times. Then refuel. And do this twice more. 30 million. I'm not pulling punches here. We need 10 million at the moment. We're probably going to want to increase that a little bit. So go 30 million. Done. We have some other colony ships that we can put to task evacuating Tholius after they're done in Slaying Hurdle. That's fine. Ooh, hello, the Leelstrom's back. Which means... Lapsed Pacifist. Hello! Welcome! You need to take some time out, have a rest, chill. Earth. Resupply, begin overhaul. Do your thing. You know what? If we go look at Sol... We have a jump point near Jupiter, right? I need to get rid of these missiles. Please, please. I could get rid of them right now. I could delete the waypoint. I'm going to do it. Waypoint. Missile dummy. Delete waypoint. Yes. And then on the update, every missile will go, I have no target, and then die. They should do is they should sit around because they're mines, but we'll see. Actually, does that work for sensor? No, it should still be the case. Father Practice 002 is now available. What I'm thinking is we Lagrange point Saturn so we can go from Saturn to Jupiter. I'm going to just go forward 5 seconds. Ah, they're still around. It only works for mines, not for boys. Boy. I regret everything now. Buoys. Boys. So we were gonna get... You can see there's an LP... LP... It's like... What? A vinyl? There's a vinyl over here? No, okay. No, there's an LP over here. We can put an LP over around Saturn. Make it easier to transit around. Not massively different, but good enough. Let's go find you. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Auto route to Sol. And then Saturn. Stabilize the Lagrange point. Ooh, we found an ultraviolet laser. Pretty sure we have that, but maybe there's something useful. Gathered, where are you? A long list to deal with here. Here we go. No! Why are you putting people on the colony? Oh god. We now need to evacuate that. Don't do this to me. Oh damn it. Why did we put people on the colony? Yeah, we've got no tech. We know everything about that. One thing, by the way, you can look over here and you can see the TL2. That means tech level 2, the Volg 3 hold. TL2 is probably about where we are. Maybe just a bit below or something. Obviously, we're still getting terrible engines from them because nuclear pulse engines are very, very early game. Or, if you consider the comments of the dev, they're kind of mid-game, maybe late. This is an ongoing joke, especially in my Discord. Ion engines are considered to be quite late game by the dev. So there's a lot of weird skewed stuff in the game. You'll notice that AIs tend to be using horrifically old engines, especially into late game. But yeah, they have weapons equal to us, despite the fact they're using nuclear engines. So that's a weird one. But now we know all about them. Know that TL2. we're moving into their houses. That's fine. That's not fine. We're going to have to evacuate them. 50,000 people, we can just move them back quite easily. They're just very keen. They're like, alien ruins, I want to live in those. It's like, no, calm down. If you do, we need to give you a colony kit, and then we need 1 million people to be able to actually staff the damn thing. That's only for the spaceport part. There's actually other stuff that needs to be added as well. Deep Space Tracking Station doesn't need anyone, but there's more than just the Deep Space Tracking Station. A lot more. The maintenance facilities, yeah, it's going to be a pain. But for now, we're going to call it here for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to get involved with interactivity and vote on things like colony kits, if you want to vote on them, you could go over to the Discord, get involved that way. And if you don't want to vote on colony kits, you can also go to the Discord. Also, if you want to subscribe, like, all that jazz, do it, whatever. Anyway, we're starting to think about maybe if people want to do a season 2, where we tweak some things, make things a lot harder, play around, do a no missiles run, and a few more rules for the interaction that might make it a bit easier for people to get into, like gamify some of it. We're kind of thinking about that right now. So if you want to get involved in talking about that, also feel free in the Discord, but let me know down below in the comments. I've been EnterElysium. Until next time, we kits.